Uh, Kim, just your thoughts on tonight. A back and forth game where you come back from a losing position to draw there. Just your takeaways from that.
Yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed, especially with the first half. But I also think it's kind of normal coming when you have a lot of players that have been away for a while. Some of them haven't played that much for a couple of weeks. So I think it's normal. They don't really connect like normal. Of course, you try in 2-3 trainings that we had to connect them again, like back to basic. But again, I respect it. It's like a normal thing, I would say. I also felt we were a little bit unlucky in the first half. We had like 3 situations when we are down to 10 because like smaller injuries. And even if they are just out like for 1 or 2 minutes, something like that, it's still that we give away the momentum every time when we're on the way into the game. So I felt the first half wasn't the best of that kind of reason. I think the second, we changed some details in how we wanted to play. And I think the second half is much better. I think the player that comes in really helps us, especially Maddie, I would say, and a great assist to the goal. Yeah.
Yesterday, you said that this was a must-win game. Are you satisfied with the single point and at least holding Angel City back?
I mean, I'm not. I think you need to try to win every single game when you play at home. 3 points is so important. So of course, I think they're going to be like now we maybe have to win a away game or something like that. But also with the respect that, like I said, we were struggling a little bit in the first half. And we were fighting to the end, and they were up 1-0 into the end of the game. So also maybe 1 point was fair enough today.
Maddie really came in and kind of saved the game. I mean, the header was Davis's, but Corney made it all happen. What did you see from her when she came in?
I totally agree. She came in like always with a lot of energy, worked hard in both directions. She used her pace and great delivery to Davis.
And then do you have any info on Carson's injury?
Not yet, no.
You talked this week of practice was a really good week of practice, and then obviously it was off to a slow start. Is there something that just didn't translate from practice this week to the game?
No, I think it's of course difficult because practice is one thing, game is a different thing. So I think we used our 2-3 trainings that we had together in a good way, but it probably wasn't enough. But also, what I said, I think the first half was a little bit weird, but in the same way, when I watched like Old Rain, Kansas yesterday, and I felt it was the same thing, even if many like good players were back from the World Cup, it still wasn't the best game. And I think like the first round now after the World Cup is going to be a little bit similar for almost everyone.
Obviously, the biggest crowd in Racing Louisville history. How does that feel playing in front of a crowd like this?
I mean, amazing. I'm really happy that our city support us. And I think it helps us, especially in the end of the game when the players needed some energy. You saw like a Howell, for example. She was so tired. She haven't trained full for a while, but she was keep fighting. I think the support from the fans really helped us to take 1 point today.
In terms of the playoff race for you guys, I know you want to win to get back into that, but what's your message to the team after this to keep pushing forward?
Yeah, I mean, more or less the same thing I'm talking to you to. I understand and I respect it's a little bit difficult to connect. I mean, Wang have played with China now. They have played in a different way. She have traveled. She haven't played for a while. Demelo have played with a national team or didn't play in the end of the tournament. So, of course, I can't expect them to be in their best shape. Even if I think they did okay, I know that they can do better, like both them, but the whole group, I will say. And I think we're going to see a better team in the next week.